As you can see, the coamings need some work done. The previous owner painted the coamings white, and I've just allowed the paint to weather off because it's almost impossible to sand or strip. However, you can see on the inside of the coamings that they're ready to be finished. The decks are in good condition. They were refinished with Kiwi Grip, which is a non-skid acrylic material, and the decks are painted with Interlux Bright Sides. The Bright Sides needs to be retouched. It's about 3 years old. There's some more small trim up here that needs to be worked on. The wheel steering is a custom conversion. This piece of trim needs to be put back together. I'll zoom in so you can see that. The original tiller was not modified extensively. You can actually see the tiller down there is an emergency tiller, but you can see the quadrant and how the quadrant attaches to the original rudder shaft. And then up here on deck you can see the tiller head where you would attach the tiller in an emergency condition if the steering was to misbehave. This is an Edson pedestal, Edson wheel with a custom wing table at the top. There's a mounting for a Garmin GPS chart plotter, and there is a compass mounted on the top of the binnacle. And I'll just spin this so you can see that it moves freely. It makes it a real joy to run the boat. Here you have the emergency bilge pump. There's a button for a horn which does not work properly, and then glow plug heat and engine start, as well as the engine controls. The one closest to the wall is the shift, and the one farthest from the wall is the throttle. Inside you can see there is ample storage. I use these totes to store materials. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put the throttle control in, and if you push it all the way back it stops. If you push it back like this, it'll start. This is neutral, forward, reverse. And I have not fired the engine today, so you'll hear that fire up, and then I'll show you the exhaust. So I'm going to hit the glow plug for about 10 seconds. This is normal in Kubota engines. And you can hear it runs very smoothly. You can see there's practically no smoke whatsoever. And that runs it up to the mechanical governor limit. Engine runs very, very smoothly. That's about the most throttle you should give the boat, and you can see here that it provides plenty of power off the stern with, again, practically no smoking. Again, you can see plenty of power available at the throttle. Very, very small amount of smoke. I consider that normal on a diesel. One of the nice things about this location is you can work the throttle with your foot, including killing it. I'm going to go ahead and restart it, and then I'll show you the inside of the boat. There are some rudimentary gauges here. There is a oil pressure and water temperature. There's also a fuel gauge, which is not currently functional, a knot gauge, which does not work. I use the chart plotter, and an hour gauge, which I don't think works either. The hour gauge was something I had intended to do for when I put this engine in. And again, we're just idling here. I just want you to see the engine running. One of the things that's unique about this boat is these gauges are on the fuel system, so you can see if there's a restriction. There's an alternator, a freshwater pump, and a raw water pump. This is a freshwater or a closed cooling system engine. The oil filter is right here, very, very easy to get to. The bleed is back here, and the bypass valve is back here. This engine is very, very easy to work on. This is a Kubota engine, about 15 horsepower. It's very similar to a Westerbeek or Universal engine. It's practically the same D500 series small block 4. Very, very easy to get parts for. While I have this open, I'm going to point out right here is a hot shot. It allows you to actuate the starter from inside the boat. So now on to the inside. You can see there's marine air conditioning. You know, there's a little bit of cabinet work that you could do if you were really finicky about this. And it is a solid state control. Let me pull some focus here. And it has a, you could set this, I leave it on 60. This is one discharge vent. There's another discharge vent in the V-berth. This is the kitchen. It's a real primitive kitchen. And you've got a sink. You have manual water pump here. And then you have pressure water here. So this makes it real nice for washing your hands. Going under, yeah, we'll finish with the kitchen. You have an Origo 2-burner stove and a little bit of pot and pan storage, as well as some dry goods storage up there. Underneath you have additional storage here. There's an extra set of dock lines, and there's some more pots and pans. Under here is where the freshwater pump is installed. You can actually see it right there. It's this white thing right there. Up here you have a fixed marine VHF radio, binoculars, flares. Flares are probably out of date. There's some additional tools and storage, and there's also a guest twin battery 10 amp charger. This is your 12 volt panel along with your bilge pump control. There is a handheld VHF radio here, and then there is a 110 circuit, 30 amp 110. Each circuit's labeled, and there are 4 or 5 plugs throughout the boat. Behind there is the built-in ice box. It's really quite worthless, so I use it for cord storage. And there's a hatch on the deck that you can get to it from. I keep my oils and paints back here for the most part. There's more storage behind there, and underneath here is more storage. There's a couple more tools in here, more storage, more parts, and then I keep suntan lotion and other things in here typically. There is a backup depth sounder. The GPS chart plotter also does depth, and that sensor is located in the front of the boat. This sensor is located almost directly beneath this. And there's a small set of tools that comes with the boat. It's sufficient to repair most anything that you encounter on the water. The marine air conditioner is housed in here. And so you've got the marine air conditioner, And then you've got a little bit of storage. There's a vacuum cleaner that comes with the boat, and a little tiny ceramic heater. Heater doesn't look like much, but it's all that you need in the winter. This is a full marine air conditioner, 5,000 BTUs. The intake for the marine air conditioner is up top. This is the head. It needs some painting. It's a little dirty. It's seen better days. There's a head physically installed, but the plan is to take that out and just use a bucket because the bucket's cheap and easy. If you wanted to use the head, you need to install a holding tank, and you see that hole right here. You could run your hoses through that for the holding tank. There is storage here. There's a window. There's a dered vent. You know, there's a little mirror in here, but it really gives cause to the phrase water closet. At one time there was a marine air conditioner installed under the V-berth. It's no longer here. So you could easily install a tank here for a holding tank. It'd be a piece of cake. This is the V-berth. Up front is the chain locker. There's also a hatch here. And the V-berth is comfortable for 2 full-size adults. 3 children could probably sleep up there. Back here you could sleep 1 full-size adult and another full-size adult. And let's see, let me get you some shots of the ceiling. You can see that, you know, it's a work in progress internally. It really needs curtains, but I just don't have the time to mess with it.